SuperRare, an Ethereum-based decentralized digital art marketplace, is looking to shake up the way fine art is distributed through the launch of its new Genesis RarePass. Joining us to discuss this is Kyle Olney, Chief Operating Officer at NFT marketplace SuperRare. Welcome, Kyle. So before we get into this, can you just explain quite simply what this new program does?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me. Great to be here this morning. We're thrilled at SuperRare today to announce a new product called the RarePass. This is our Genesis collection. And we're really thrilled to offer this to the market because we think it's a really innovative and historic opportunity to acquire, for collectors, to acquire a premium collection of crypto art from some of the highest selling and most respected artists on SuperRare for the first time in the company's history. So the way this product works is that buyers of the pass are basically subscribing to an art program where they'll receive individual pieces of fine art on a monthly basis for the course of the 1 year that the program runs. And there are a variety of other mechanics that we've introduced into this product as well. So there will be monthly randomized distributions of one-of-one pieces of artwork that come to holders of the pass, in addition to a variety of other things that we'll be adding throughout the course of the lifetime of the program.
So I guess I'm curious about this sort of curated element. I totally understand why there would be the need for that, because one of the issues with the NFT marketplace is that there's just so much out there, right? And it's really hard to know, what's legit and what's not. And that's kind of the moment in NFT history. But the flip side of that is that there is a little bit of a tension, right, with this whole idea of NFTs and that it's supposed to be like decentralized and, kind of get rid of the curator or the gatekeeper, which has a very sort of auction house gallery vibe, right? So I'm just curious, do you see a tension there a little bit with sort of bringing in a curator to this, what I would think is supposed to be a little bit more of a less curated marketplace?
Yeah, I think there's catch-22s or tensions in pretty much every part of crypto and the business that we occupy. But, I think that what's undeniable is that, we saw hundreds of thousands of collectors enter the NFT space last year via, kind of collectibles and rarity trait focused collections. But really only a very small percentage of those people that came into the market found their way to crypto art. And we believe that that's because it's a really high barrier to entry, right? When you have to do the research to understand, who are the artists, what is their background, their history. I mean, art is a really diverse and longstanding industry in the normal world, and curation is incredibly important. This is why we have museums, right? This is why we have docents. This is why we have historians who tell us and contextualize the moment that the art is in and explain kind of how and why it is impactful and momentous. And so one of our goals with the RarePass is really to just kind of create an easier on-ramp and an easier entry point for a lot of these collectors to be able to enter the crypto art market, begin collecting, and in the case of the RarePass, to bootstrap an incredibly respectable collection of artworks with very little research, right? They can just trust the brand at SuperRare, and kind of we're known as the oldest and most trusted digital art marketplace focused on one-of-one crypto art. So we think this is a great opportunity for people to just kind of in a single transaction just say, hey, we trust you. You guys are the experts. Let me, get into this market and give me the good stuff. Put a Van Gogh or a Picasso of the future in my collection.
Well, Kyle, I'm taking a look at ARK Invest's index of different crypto sectors, and in the NFT gaming sector, it's down 83% year to date. So what is the demand like for the NFT marketplace these days when we are in a bear market? So I know that the volumes have been low.
Yeah, so again, this is a thing that we think is rather interesting and kind of got lost over the last couple of years. So, NFTs as a broad market are incredibly large, right? I mean, this is a new wave of technology that I think we're going to see underpin pretty much everything in the next decade or 20 years. But there's kind of distinct elements of this market, right? And so, as I mentioned before, we saw, an explosive boom in collectibles, which is a lot of what you would see on our competitor or, kind of other adjacent marketplaces that sell NFTs, like, these gaming ones that you were mentioning. But where SuperRare occupies, our corner of the market, as I was just mentioning, this is crypto art, right? This is fine art. which, for everybody's benefit, like fine art's one of the largest asset classes in the world. And for us, we've actually seen that there is been no pullback in the market. We actually, in the month of October, we had more collector engagement than we've had in the last 12 months. And our numbers are doing just fine. Crypto art is alive and well, basically, is the message that we have for the market. And that's one of the reasons that we wanted to come out with this product, right? I mean, we're seeing this revolution in, kind of distribution, technology, what artists can do for the first time in history, really, for digital artists, really revolutionize the world. It's changing the industry. And if anything, it's picking up steam at this moment for us in the crypto art markets.
So Kyle, you mentioned docents and curators before as kind of gatekeepers, if you will. But who's curating your curators? How many people are behind deciding what gets into this and what doesn't, and what qualifications, if you will, do they have? What's their background that they could pick the right art to go with?
Yeah. Well, so I think that's a great question. Again, I think this is the inherent contradictions of the art market, and kind of the way that it's always worked, right? So you could maybe ask the same question about the Louvre or any other institution that's out there, right? Like, who are these people? How are they making the decisions, et cetera? In SuperRare's case, we're a fairly small startup, right? There's only 70 people who work at SuperRare, so inherently we cannot represent the views and kind of perspectives of the entire world, right? But that's the objective that we're going for. That's why we, unlike all of the other competitors that we have in the marketplace, are moving toward a model of decentralized curation. We're really out on the frontier trying to pioneer these models for the very first time. And, I'll be honest, they're hard, right? This is not easy, right? We see this across the entire crypto space. Saying decentralization is easy is, one thing, but living it in practice is another. But to answer your question directly about SuperRare, I would just say that, we have a team of curators, many of whom are either artists themselves or have degrees in art history, curation, museum curation, art business. So, the people at SuperRare who are involved in doing this are, both aesthetically trained and academically trained.
All right. We'll leave it there. 250 Genesis passes will be auctioned off. Holders will be airdropped NFT art once a month. The first auction is expected on November 15th. Kyle, thanks for joining us.